Tuesday out. All right, checking out Golden State's opening lineup. They've got Stephen Curry, Green out there with Butler. Then it's Moody, and it's Post in at the 5. And for the Nuggets, Gordon and Jokic together in the middle. Murray out there with Michael Porter, and it's Watson in at the small forward position. Green with a screen on Murray. You know, on paper, this looks like a lopsided matchup, but anything can happen in the NBA, Grant.
That is the truth. I mean, that's why they play the games. One guy gets hot, a team gets cold. That's all it takes to swing the entire outcome of a game.
Now here's Murray going inside. Pass to Jokic. The 3. On the wing, Porter. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Jokic. Goes back up. The rebound by Moody.
Those are precisely the looks this team is trying to create.
Yeah, quality offense will serve you well in the long run. You can't settle for bad shots.
Here's Murray. The Warriors getting their last shot to go. He takes it in. And it's Murray finishing it off.
What a dynamic drive by Murray, upsetting the defense and getting him to a shot.
Now here's Curry, defended by Watson. Yep, count it.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
And when you look back at the 2023 draft, the Warriors got great value out of their picks.
Yeah, I mean, they got Bajemski with the 19th pick, a versatile player who impacts the game at both ends. They also got Trace Jackson-Davis late in the second round, and he is a fundamentally sound big man with great upside.
And here we go, the Nuggets on the fast break. The 3 is up. Knocks down the long J.
A solid read from Porter Jr. When he makes quality passes like this, it helps his team's overall chemistry.
Outside Curry. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. We'll stand perhaps the best home court advantage in the league is right here in Denver, a mile above sea level.
And Brian, they don't let you forget it. Everywhere you go, you see signs, 5,280. Sometimes they even have it on their uniforms, on the court, on signs in the locker room. They want you to know that you're at elevation and it's going to be difficult.
Fatigue is always a factor in Denver. Now here's Porter. Jokic passes to Porter. And another 3 for Denver.
And just a nice smooth stroke on that 3 from Porter Jr. He knows that shot very well.
Outside Curry. And that one makes him 2 for 2. He's in his rhythm.
Now you want to get him going as soon as possible. Great way for him to start this game.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, if he gets into a good rhythm early, watch out.
Now here's Porter. Outside Murray. Pass to Jokic. The 3 is up. And Michael Porter gets the 3. Porter's got 5 points.
Yeah, great pass to Jokic when he's ready to fire, and then he's straight into his motion.
Curry looking it over. Fires the 3. Rebounded by Denver.
He had more than enough room to hit that. Just couldn't make it happen.
Outside for Porter. Murray against Curry. 3-pointer off the mark.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
And there's there's the rejection. Outside Murray. And that's an intentional foul.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Golden State on D. 4-point game. Left side Murray. From deep, Jokic. The rebound by Moody. Golden State has gone 0 for 2 from outside. Outside Curry. 4-3. Drains the triple. 9 points in the game.
Yeah, most of the time you assume Curry's three ball is falling. That's how good he is.
Jokic with a screen on Curry. Here's Murray. Oh, he nails that one. 3 for 4 now.
Attacking in the painted area. Clearly that was their game plan coming in.
Outside Curry. And the ball out of play. The Nuggets will have it. And it's Murray with the ball for the Denver Nuggets. 3-point lead. Pass to Jokic. Back to Murray. Gordon with a screen on Curry. Out to Gordon. Fires from deep. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Yes. And it's Murray picking up the assist.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
And so it's Denver leading by 6 as we wrap up the quarter. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter in this one. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Nuggets.
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
And the other thing you notice is how determined they've been to get into the paint and get buckets around the rim.
So on the floor for Golden State, we've got Jimmy Butler. Moses Moody out there with Stephen Curry. Then it's Green, and it's Post in at the center position. So, Grant, when you think of Jamal Murray and all he's been through, health is of utmost importance for him.
Oh, extremely important, B.A., because when Murray is healthy, he's a lethal player and a huge part of this team's success.
Now here's Moody. Yet to see a basket, and the shot goes down.
Terrific design and execution, leading to an opportunity right at the rim.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. No surprise here. Stephen Curry hopes to be a Warrior for life. He said being a part of a group of legends that have played for one franchise, established a culture, and won at the highest level, and did it with a lot of different roster combinations, I don't ever take that for granted. Brian, what a run.
Yeah, it is a great run, and he's been the foundation, Allie. Thank you.
What touch by Murray. Such a skilled scorer.
Here's Curry. Oh, nice job in the paint from Curry.
He gets inside right when he sees the opening. Gotta attack when you have that chance.
And it's Jimmy Butler with the foul. That's his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
Butler against Murray. Screen by Watson. Butler with a steal.
That was just incredible instincts defensively. He saw the ball coming back out and made the play.
Outside Murray. Gordon with a screen on Butler. Pass to Porter. Screen by Gordon. Shot clock at 5. They double him with Curry. The Nuggets need to get one up. Whoop, there's the shot clock violation. So they'll turn it over. Curry drives. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. And now it's just a 4-point Nugget lead. And growing up in California, Stan, when did you first fall in love with the game of basketball?
Well, Brian, my dad coached for a long time, and I just remember going to his practices and going to his games. I can't remember a time where I didn't love the game.
And it's the Nuggets with the ball. The Warriors getting their last shot to go. Gordon can't hit. Second quarter play, almost 3 minutes gone here. Butler surveying the floor. Butler unfazed.
I wouldn't say Butler seeks contact, but he sure doesn't turn it down.
Outside Murray. He buries it from 3. Murray's got 11.
Yeah, he makes it look so easy out there. The game comes naturally to him.
Green, a screen. 1:46 left in the first half. 6 to shoot. And here's Butler outside. The 3 dropped in by Jimmy Butler.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Now here's Jokic. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. It's on Stephen Curry.
Such a clever player. Jokic is adept at using his body to get these shooting fouls.
So he picks up just 1 from the line that time. And coach, a 3-time league MVP, Nikola Jokic joining Moses Malone, Larry Bird, and Magic Johnson. What a list.
Yeah, that's not a bad list at all, Brian. But what stands out beyond Jokic's skill set is the consistency that he produces with every night.
And everybody around him instantly gets better when they play with Jokic.
They love playing with him.
Yeah, nice touch from the big man. Gordon just burrowing himself into the paint and going to work.
Outside Butler. Puts up a 3. And the Warriors with another 3.
Nice shot from Butler, making himself a threat from downtown.
Left side Murray. Out to Gordon. Outside Porter. And he's going for the oop here. Gordon can't hit.
And gearing up for the alley-oop, just couldn't finish the play.
Well, it's not easy to time that up. Just not quite in sync there.
Incredible. I mean, high energy in transition. Just beating the defense up the floor.
Yeah, the commitment to run is paying great dividends on the break.
And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. It's Denver up 2. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
Please direct your attention to the center court. Get ready for the fan court shot.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. Man, it's been quite a game for Stephen Curry.
Can they come up with an answer for him coming out of the half? They have to change something defensively.
Yeah, I'd love to see what they drew up in the locker room, because you're right. He's the problem right now.
And it's a completely new group here for the Warriors. We've got Zeke Naji, Russell Westbrook out there with Christian Brown. Then there's Dario Saric, and it's Strother in at the 3. That's the group on the floor for Denver. Naji passes to Westbrook. Intercepted! It's stolen by Saric. Here we go, one-on-one. Westbrook outside. And there's the drive for 3. And there's Saric on the assist by Westbrook.
Yeah, few guys drop dimes like Westbrook. He has an innate talent for setting up shooters.
Yeah, Grant, despite the Warriors' success over the last decade, it hasn't always been this way for this franchise.
Yeah, they didn't have many winning seasons before they got Steph, Clay, and Dre. And you know, BA, from 1978 to 2012, they made the playoffs just 6 times.
And about a minute of action so far in the third quarter. Kuminga against Saric. 5 on the clock. Tries it from the top of the key. Kuminga's shot is off. Denver leading by 5. To the paint. And close on the shot, even with the foul. Now 2 free throws. Coach, when you look at the best defensive teams, what's the balance between IQ, the smarts for the game, versus effort?
Well, Brian, it's both. You know, I mean, the effort is a given. You're not going to get anything done in the game without effort. But to be a good defensive team, you have to be smart. You have to understand your opponents, their tendencies, both as a team and as individuals. And if you do that, you can cover up for a lot in terms of just raw athleticism.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
KBA, the Denver Nuggets are building for the long haul. Their philosophy has been to draft polished prospects and then develop them into contributors. They look for 4 qualities: basketball IQ, character, positional size, and absence of skill deficiencies. Brian, the track record has been strong.
It really has. Thanks, Allie. Here's Peyton. Boom! He jams it straight down.
And you can tell they're in sync right now, expertly turning the steal into fast break points.
Westbrook outside. Pajemski grabs the board. Golden State has gotten 3 of their 7 threes to find the net in this matchup. Outside Hield. Outside Kuminga. Back to Hield. Golden State needs to get off a shot. Here's Peyton. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. Denver in the lead. And it's Gary Payton II with a foul. That's his first foul.
And that puts them just 1 foul from the bonus.
Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. Pass to Šarić. Ball stolen.
Well, that's just a great feel for where the ball was going. He got himself in the right place and made the steal.
Here's Jackson Davis, and he goes in for the dunk.
And that's gotta hurt. A turnover for a free run at the rim.
And now we know who has the momentum.
A sequence like that really does sting. I'll tell you that much.
Now the Warriors with it. It's been 8 unanswered for them. Here's Kuminga. Kuminga soars in for the slam. Man, he makes it look easy.
And once he gets to the rim, it's fairly automatic.
Nothing fancy right there. Just takes his 2 points, moves on. Back to Šarić. Right wing. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Rebounded by Hield. The Warriors lead by 3. Outside Kuminga. Outside Hield. Points. That one goes. And now it's a 5-point Warrior lead.
And a little contact never stopped Hield. A committed scorer who knows how to keep his balance on his shot.
And here's Westbrook from the arc. And it's Gary Payton II with a foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's his second personal foul. 4th team foul.
Here's Brown. Still no points. Just 5 to shoot. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Keeping pace here. That's an excellent move inside.
Now here's Pajemski. Defense is right there. And a nice finish on the layup. And the Warriors lead by 5.
And since the break, both teams are increasing their intensity and really getting after it.
Yeah, and you can feel the pace picking up in the second half. Both teams have dialed up the intensity.
Shoots over Westbrook. Oh, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. We're at the end of the third quarter, and let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist to the game.
And the winner today coming from an unlikely position. It's the big fella with the sweetest pass of the day.
Yeah, it's pretty to watch. It's great to have so many big men in the NBA who can dish it like this.
We've reached the fourth quarter in what has been a very competitive game. Should be an exciting finish. On the court for Golden State to start the fourth. Moody is out there with Stephen Curry. Then there's Jimmy Butler. Then there's Draymond Green. And it's post in at the 5. Here's Murray. And he hits it to tie the game.
I call Jamal Murray a scoring guard. He's on this team to provide points, and he's certainly doing that tonight.
And Peyton Watson is going to pick up the foul. That'll be a second foul of the game.
That's his second personal foul. First team foul.
Right side Moody. Pass to post. Shot clock at 6. Green in the post. Gordon's on him. And post gets it to go.
And for his position, Green has impressive vision with the ball, helping him find the wide open man.
Murray against Butler. Murray passes to Watson. Jokic with a screen on Curry. Outside Watson. With the drive. Lays it up and banks it in.
Well, if you came here looking for a scoring battle, I think you made the right choice.
Yeah, and how great have these offenses been for these teams tonight? Just fantastic execution.
And just about a minute and a half gone by in the fourth. They recover it. Controls the rebound and the putback. And the Warriors lead by 3.
And some extra effort from Butler on the glass. He wasn't going to quit on that possession.
Jokic with a screen on Curry. The drive by Watson. Dunks it hard with one hand. Wow, he makes it look easy.
Hey, when in doubt, run the defender off the screen.
And you know, with a result like that, we'll see them run it again.
Yeah, defensive breakdown there. Gotta communicate and switch that screen.
Here's Post. And that one's good. And Green with the assist. Post has got 5 points now this quarter. Watson with it. Now guarded by Butler. On the wing, Murray. Just under 2.5 minutes gone by now in the final quarter. Really left him alone that time.
It presents all sorts of problems when Murray's mid-range game is working. It gets the D scrambling. They got to get a body on him everywhere he goes.
Pass to Post. Outside, Green. Here's Curry. Just 5 on the clock. Green, a screen. Curry, no good.
And he just hasn't been able to get it going this period.
Well, the offense has to look for ways to get him easier shots, better selection. They have to be set up for success.
It's almost too easy for Jokic inside. His size and soft touch make short work of the shot.
Curry gets the bucket.
And Steph relishes taking key shots. It's what he's out there to do.
Here's Watson. Pass to Jokic. On the wing, Porter. Moody defends. Murray looking around. Here's Jokic. Butler covering. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
Sometimes the action speeds up on you a little too much. Two teammates not on the same wavelength there.
The Warriors leading. Curry passes to Moody. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Pass to Curry. Denver grabs the miss.
Suffocating defense to keep the layup from falling.
Jokic the screen. Out to the right wing. Now here's Gordon. Jokic in the post. Green covering. Back to Jokic. Outside for Porter. On the wing, Murray. To the inside. It's stolen by Green. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Now here's Butler. Defended by Watson. And they're going to count that bucket, and they'll send him to the line. It could be and with this game coming down to the wire, they're quick to use their coach's challenge, asking for a review. This could be a big.
Every game, the NBA was smart to adopt this challenge policy in 2019.
You know, one thing this does for a coach is let his players know he's got their back. If they're adamant that the call was wrong, he'll back them up and make the refs take another look. And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
Good from Butler.
That and one is huge, making this now a two-possession game. And looking for a quick bucket here.
And then foul, trying to extend that game.
Jokic with a screen on Butler. Outside Murray. Here's Jokic. And he buries it. And so the big win by Golden State in a tight game. With the late victory, they upset plenty of these hometown fans.
moving tonight, RJ. These teams love sharing the wealth out there.
And you gotta love it, Kevin. As a player, it's always great to see a team functioning as a unit. Fans love to see everyone get involved.
And the starting group for the Grizzlies. Morant is the point with Bane out on the wing. Edie out there with Jackson, and it's Jackson in at the small forward spot. Now here's Murray. Clock at 4, and the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
Well, when a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
You gotta blow the whistle when it's that obvious. Great call there by the official.
Morant with it. He's covered by Watson. Here's Morant. It's hauled in by Jokic.
Why? Just why? Come on, man. Save that one for practice.
Jokic with the screen on Morant. Watson. And the layup's good off the glass. Watson's got the first points up on the board for the Nuggets.
And the first of many to come. Explosive offensive talent on both sides.
And if everything goes to plan, this could be a very fun matchup to watch.
And finished off by Morant.
Showing off that vert. Morant attacks the basket with just such intensity. There's not much any defense can do with it.
RJ, Morant has always had unquestionable talent. Now it's a question of, can he focus on his game?
And you hope he had his wake-up call. Still one of the most exciting players in the game. His burst and bounce, one of a kind.
It's Porter outside. Rebounded by Jackson.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
And Jackson gets it to go.
Just muscling it home from there. Jackson is no stranger to having to work over strong defense.
And here is Murray. Kicks it out to Gordon. Pass to Watson. Denver needs to get off the shot, and the shot goes down.
And there's just so much athleticism for Gordon's game. Good luck trying to contain him inside.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Thanks very much. Briefly spoke with David Adelman. Desmond Bane was the topic, and Coach was effusive with his praise. He said Bane is a great catch-and-shoot guy, but he'll find ways to contribute no matter what. He also said Bane is hard to game plan for, but they'll do their best not to let him get any rhythm. They will have their hands full tonight, guys.
Thank you, David. Watson with it. Guarded now by Jackson. Outside for Murray. To the middle. Here's Gordon. It's rebounded by Memphis. Morant outside. And Aaron Gordon gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. First team foul.
First quarter of play. We're about 3 minutes in.
2 minutes remaining. 2 minutes.
Here's Edie. Jokic grabs the miss. The Nuggets trail by 3. And you look at this year's Denver team, you know, Greg, trying to get more from their bench than they did last year.
Yeah, and you just don't want your starters to play so many minutes that they get gassed in the postseason. That's something Denver's trying to avoid this time around. Easier said, though, than done. Now, flying high and throwing it down with the one-hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Now, here's Bane. No scoring in this one. Clock at 6. Inside, Jokic with the steal. The kick out to Porter. 1:05 left in the first quarter. Just 5 to shoot. Back to Jokic. There's the triple. Oh, drew the foul and almost hit the three-point bucket. And he'll go to the line to shoot 3.
A big you can't really send to the line too much. Jokic, an effective free throw shooter.
What's great about Jokic, GA, is he can put up MVP numbers, and he's got a little personality to him, doesn't he?
He does. You can tell he just loves life. He loves everything he does, especially when he's on the floor, making his teammates better.
Now, here's Bane. Here's Jackson. Out to Morant. Into the lane. And Morant throws it down.
And when Morant takes off towards the basket, look, you're already done. You've already lost because that's how he makes his living.
Now, here's Jokic. Hits the three-point bomb. Jokic has got 7.
The way he can elevate over a defender from deep, very tough to contain outside the arc.
Here's Morant. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
He gets a lot of defensive attention, but Morant, he can expect this type of rough scene anytime he takes it inside.
And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him. It's going to send Jamal Murray to the line. That one's on Morant. For Denver, they have made 2 of their previous 3 free throws in today's game. 6 seconds left here in the opening quarter. The 3 from Morant. And he hits the buzzer beater.
Ringing the bell. That's the way to close the quarter.
He knew exactly.
It's all tied in Denver. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And from what we've been watching, guys, with the Nuggets, what are you seeing out there?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Credit the game plan coming in. They've identified some weaknesses, and they are exploiting them.
The 4 and the 5. It's Gordon and Jokic. Porter is out there with Murray, and it's Watson in at the 3 slot. That's the group on the floor for Denver. Good, nice job down low.
Just focusing on the task at hand, that's all you can do.
Yeah, when the game is up for grabs like this one has been, it's all about the attention to detail.
And it's Morant missing. Denver in the lead. Watson, the pass to Jokic. In the corner, Murray with it. Jokic sets the screen for Murray. The kick out to Porter. Off target from three-point range.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Nikola Jokic may not be the most physically gifted, but there's an old saying in basketball, you're as fast as you can anticipate. LeBron James says he sees plays before they happen. A lot of people don't understand it, but I do. He's special. Kevin?
You know, his mind for the game is just on another level. We appreciate that report.
He just jumps so fast. I mean, give Porter a chance to dunk, and he doesn't think twice about it.
After earning the number 2 seed in the 2023 playoffs, Richard, last season was a lost year because of all those injuries and other things in Memphis.
John Morant only played 9 games last year. Desmond Bane missed half the year. Marcus Smart out. The Grizzlies still have a lot of young talent and a very bright future.
Jokic with a screen on Bane. Just 4 to shoot. And it's Jokic missing.
That is not a guy you want to allow open looks from range. Lucky for the defense, he just couldn't get it to go.
Jackson setting the pick here for Bane. And they take the lead. And now a 3-point Memphis lead.
Wow, it's just ridiculous. He's just an absolute surgeon when he has the ball. This man is surgical. There is no way to slow him down when he wants to score.
Jokic kicks to Murray. Jokic with the screen on Morant. Here's Murray. Back to Jokic. From the arc. It's rebounded by Memphis. Greg, they're in a rhythm offensively, really cooking.
And the opposition looks helpless to stop them right now.
Right side, Porter. That's in there. Murray with the assist.
And he's just adept at scoring in so many ways. It's clear Porter very comfortable operating inside.
They set the pick. Now Now here's Morant. He's covered by Watson. And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A three-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen from Memphis?
They've started the game the right way, penetrating the defense and attacking the rim. They're just not settling.
And we also have seen them continue to fire from deep. With the results they're seeing, you can understand why.
Kicks it out to Gordon. Knocks down the three ball. Gordon's got 5 now.
And when his jumper's going down, Gordon's game goes to another level.
They set the pick. Pass to Edie. Morant surveying the D. Good on the bucket. Morant's got 5 points now in the quarter.
It's been all about Ja tonight. Can score in so many different ways.
Murray against Morant. Jokic sets the screen for Murray. Now, here's Jokic. Gordon a screen. Watson with it. Guarded now by Jackson. Jackson against Gordon. Over Jackson. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. And the Grizzlies leading by 3. Here's the screen. Pass to Edie. And here's Jackson. Here's the 3. And it's Denver with the rebound. Jokic just got his 4th rebound in this one. Porter passes to Jokic. Now here's Watson, guarded by Jackson. Watson inside. Back to Jokic. Jokic with the screen on Morant. And it's good, but hold on, the officials may want to look at that.
The officials have 2 minutes to review the play.
Officials signaling they are going to review the tape.
And the NBA Replay Center in Secaucus is queuing it up, and even before we look at the replay, I'm pretty sure he got that off in time.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. It's the Grizzlies up 1. And we'll get going after this from Ball Arena. Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. Guys, Ja Morant. Has been sensational.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
If they don't change their approach in the second half, let's just say his success will continue.
So on the floor for Memphis, Vince Williams out there with Clark. Then it's Luke Kennard. Then there's Wells. And it's Huff in at the 5 spot. Saric against Kennard. And slam dunk by Saric.
And you have to get Saric out of the paint. Once he's inside, he's ready to take it home.
When it's all said and done, Jokic, Greg, is going to be the Nuggets' career leader in many categories.
And he's already their franchise leader in rebounds, assists, triple-doubles, and playoff points, and many other advanced stats as well.
And we see dunkers get technicals for hanging on the rim, slapping the backboard, or Richard even staring someone down. Should refs let that slide, or is that something they got to pay attention to?
I don't mind the hanging on the rim, the smack in the backboard. I love that aggression. The staring people down, that's something you got to be careful with because that can cause some problems, and we don't want any of those issues on the court.
Now, here's Kennard. Guarded closer.
That was a good look for him from mid-range, but just couldn't make the defense pay. Over
to the left wing. From past the arc. It's rebounded by Memphis. To the inside. Just over a minute and a half had passed here in the third quarter. Down low. Here's up. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And you can feel the jolt of energy that he sent through his team. That is a huge boost in a tight game like this.
And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
2 minutes into the second half of play now. Here's Kennard. And he goes in for the dunk.
Oh, man, how about the last-minute decision there to pull the shot down and get a better one for your teammate?
Now Westbrook. Here's Saric. Off target from outside. Now here's Wells. He's guarded closely. Williams finds Clark. Wells sets the pick for Clark. For the tie, goes back up. Strother grabs the miss. Denver's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Astonagi. Here's Strother. He's covered by Clark. Here's Brown. Nothing on the board. Shot clock at 5. Nagy, no good. Memphis trailing here. Williams looking around. Here's Huff, covered by Saric. Here's Clark. That misses, had a chance to tie it there.
And you got to give credit to the D for never giving up on the play and doing just enough to bother him at the rim.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
On the wing, Williams. And the shot goes in. 1:14 left to play in the third. Outside Westbrook. Astonagi. The kick out to Westbrook. Buries the long-range jumper. Westbrook's got the lead up to 5 now for Denver.
This is big for Westbrook's confidence. When he's connecting from deep, this offense even more dynamic.
His first personal foul. Second team foul.
50 seconds left in the third quarter. To the left side wing. Here's Huff. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. For Memphis, they have made their only other free throw attempt today on an earlier trip to the line.
And their free throw percentage as a unit last year, 76%, right around the middle of the road.
And you look at the Grizzlies' defense the last few years, RJ extremely disruptive.
Yeah, they've been top of the league in steals and blocks. That's just a part of the DNA in Memphis. It can be exhausting playing against guys like this.
Here's Westbrook. It's blocked. Tries to keep it alive. And that'll be Denver as it goes out of bounds. Nuggets retain possession. .24 seconds left to play here in the third. Here's Brown, and he banks in the layup.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Kennard against Westbrook. Kennard kicks to Williams. Clark sets a screen for Williams. Inside with 2 seconds left. With 1 on the clock, and we've reached the end of the third. Nuggets lead by 5. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the fourth. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
And for the defense, it's so tough to guard a big man with that kind of court vision and dime dropping ability.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. The 4 and the 5. It's Gordon and Jokic. Jamal Murray is out there with Michael Porter, and it's Watson in at the 3. That's the group on the floor for Denver. And the shot is good. The Denver lead has been cut to just 5 on the basket from Morant.
I love the spirit he's shown tonight, particularly on the offensive end.
He's going to keep putting up shots regardless of the score. That's the kind of player he is.
Jokic finds Murray. Jokic with the screen on Morant. Murray, and it's Murray with the jam.
And the Canadian getting up. Murray hammers that one home.
Morant outside. Outside, Bane. Back to Morant. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Edie, and he says right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
You love how each side has risen to the challenge throughout this one.
Man, this has been a fun one, but look, who doesn't love a high-scoring game?
But he just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
Yeah, it's going to take better rim protection than that if they're going to climb out of this hole.
Jackson, a screen on Porter. Bane with it, and it's Gordon picking him up. That one goes. Count it.
And how about the grit and determination in the post? I mean, essential qualities to have late in a close game.
Murray kicks to Jokic. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Here's Porter. Up and in on the layup. Porter's got the lead up to 7 now for the Nuggets.
Got it in close, and unless it's an open 3, that's the key to efficient offense.
Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Here's Morant. Oh, my goodness, the slam.
And this is where Morant really shines. The bigger the moment, the more he wants to capitalize.
Murray against Morant. And Jokic wide open. He shoots. And the foul on Jamal Murray. That is his first foul of the game.
His first personal foul.
The Grizzlies trail by 5. Morant outside.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Lets it go with a 3. And it's blocked. And that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession. 1:56 left here in the fourth quarter. 6 to shoot. There's the pick. It's up a 3. Here's Edie. The kick out to Bane. They get it back. They shoot again. Edie can't hit. Denver leading by 5. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. On the wing, Jackson. Back to Bane. Jackson setting the pick here for Bane. Nice D from Porter. Nuggets have gone an outstanding 4 of 5 from the field in the fourth quarter so far. Murray, the pass to Jokic. And Jokic slings it in.
And how about absorbing the punishment and still complete the play? That's a great finish by Jokic.
And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Nuggets.
Great heads-up defensive play tonight, creating offensive opportunities for themselves by forcing deflections.
And also, guys, they push the ball and been able to score in transition, trying to take advantage of playing in the open floor as often as possible.
side for Murray. Stolen by Jackson.
I think it's safe to call this one a wrap.
Yeah, they fought as hard as they could. Just wasn't in the cards tonight.
There's the three. Denver grabs the miss. 19 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Morant against Murray. So the Nuggets win it. A confident win and one where the... Thank you, David. And that's going to do it tonight.
Got two teams who aren't afraid to slow the pace of the game.
Well, B.A., it's because they're both adept at operating their half-court sets. They don't feel the need to push the tempo all the time.
And here's Memphis's starting group. Manning the backcourt, we'll see Morant and Bane. Jackson out there with Edey, and it's Jackson in at small forward. He drops it from range.
3 points.
Coming out swinging and hitting the game's first bucket.
Well, for us, it'll be interesting. Can they keep that kind of pace up all game long?
Now here's Curry. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window.
Curry, not one of those guards who shrinks when he gets inside.
Curry against Bane. Jackson with a screen on Curry. Here's Bane. And that one makes him 2 for 2. He's in his rhythm.
When the player gets a feel for that floater, it can really make things tough on defenders. You're just not sure how to guard them and where your point of commitment is.
Now here's Curry from outside the arc. And Post gets it to go.
So much attention on Steph that really opens up the floor.
And so Morant will bring it up for the Grizzlies. After 3 straight playoff appearances, the Grizzlies sadly missed the postseason in 2024, Grant.
You know, really by no fault of their own, B.A. Injuries ruined what fans were hoping would be a big year for them. You know, it just goes to show there's no safe bets in this league.
Here's Curry following the bucket by the Grizzlies. It's hauled in by Ja Morant.
Despite the miss, those are the kind of looks coaches hope to create.
And around 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Inside, here's Jackson. The Warriors pull it in. Outside Moody. Curry with it, guarded by Morant. Green with a screen on Jackson. Moody from outside. And the Warriors with another 3.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
I had a chance to catch up with Steve Kerr. They were concerned with Jaren Jackson Jr. on both ends of the floor. Coach saying defensively, Triple J covers so much space, a blocking machine. And on the other side of the ball, Jaren has serious skill for a man of his size. He's a tough game plan for us. Jaren Jackson Jr., a two-way menace. Brian?
Thanks for that, Allie.
Incredible! I mean, this is the NBA. The defense needs to be much better.
He doesn't slam it often, but the D can't take him lightly, or he will.
Well, any guy can throw it down against air defending him. Plenty of room, so not so amazing. What does amaze me, though, is that no one came over to contest the play.
With all eyes on Steph when he has the ball, his teammates find openings, and he finds them.
Morant, the pass to Jackson. Here's Edey. Puts up a deep 3. Rebounded by Butler.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Well, Brent, there are only a handful of players in the league with the big game experience of Butler.
Yeah, and those big games, BA, are where he's had some of his best moments. It's been on several different teams as well. So the bigger the game gets, the bigger Jimmy Butler appears to show up.
Curry, that's good.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
Yeah, right now I don't see any let-up. I think he's going to just keep putting his foot on that gas pedal tonight.
Outside Morant. Clock at 4. Wide open. Here's Edey. Gets his second attempt to go. Now he's 1 for 2.
Pounding it inside early and often, setting a physical tone.
Curry surveys. A deep 3. And it's Bane with the rebound.
Man, that's his shot. Maybe he was too wide open.
Curry against Morant. And there's the screen. Outside Curry. Pass to Green. Outside Butler. Over Bain. Butler can't get it to go.
Well, they shouldn't be giving that shot to anyone, but they certainly shouldn't be giving it to him. That's a big break for the defense.
Here's Bain. And it goes. As the official calls the foul, count it, and he'll shoot one more at the line. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here.
And something I remember from their last outing, he was excellent at the charity stripe.
Desmond Bain getting it done for Memphis. He put together 10 points in the quarter. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after this first quarter of play. What stands out to you from the Grizzlies in this one?
Well, there's no reason to take risky shots when you can collect points at the rim.
Yeah, that worked wonders for them in the quarter. We'll see what kind of adjustments get made.
They've got Moses Moody. Draymond Green is out there with Butler. Then there's Stephen Curry, and it's Post in at the 5 spot. That's the Warriors 5.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
You know, not too many teams have the stability at head coach as the Warriors have had, Brent.
Well, I'm not sure there's ever been a more perfect fit for a team than Steve Kerr with the Golden State Warriors. It has been a magical run in the Bay Area, and you just look at the type of connectivity he has with his players, and again, how much joy these Warriors play with.
And here are the Warriors now, following the bucket by the Grizzlies. Fires top of the key. Curry's shot is off. Grizzlies lead by 3. Morant with it. Green picks him up. Outside Morant. And then jammed it down as he goes right over Jimmy Butler.
Oh, putting on a show for the fans. Morant's skills making it look like a circus in here.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Jimmy Butler's such an all-around player. He said, I don't need to be a 40-point scorer. My role is to impact winning. I just control what I can control in the end, play the right way, stay aggressive, and do whatever it takes to get my team the win. And Brian, he is good at his job.
Playoff Jimmy is a real thing, whether he'll admit it or not.
This small advantage is starting to snowball.
Yeah, this team is looking to add to the lead, trying to put the other team away, and threatening here.
Now here's Moody. Butler, a screen on Jackson. Here's Moody. Moody gets one inside.
Say what you will about the value of the three-pointer, but those close-in looks are always plan A. Every trip down, get to the paint, get deep, score.
Here's Morant. The Warriors pull it in.
So weird. Sometimes when you get that much time, it can throw you off just as much as having no time.
Oh, here's Moody with a drive. And the powerful one-handed slam.
Now that's how you capitalize on a screen.
Yeah, good positioning, too. Gave him a clear path to the hoop.
Really not enough help there. Lack of communication on the backside.
Now here's Bain. 10 points for him. Fires the 3. Rebounded by Green. Warriors trail by 3. Here's Curry, and the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way. Brent, you could hit the 3 back in your day, and no doubt, Stephen Curry is the best three-point shooter in league history. What makes him so good from deep?
To me, BA, it comes down to the way that Steph goes about his habits in practice. If you ever watch footage of him in pregame warm-ups or in the offseason, there is so much variability in what he does in terms of preparing his feet and hands to shoot the basketball. There's no one that practices the way that Steph does, and there's no one that produces the way that he does either.
Among the best passers in the league, Morant finds open teammates.
Curry passes to Butler. And stolen by Jackson. And the Grizzlies pushing it up now, moving it up. Here's Bain, back to Jackson. Up top, Morant. A minute and a half left in the first half. 5 to shoot. Unloads. It's not going to go for him.
Great work by the defense. That's the intensity coaches want to see.
And it's Butler with the jam.
Kind of fun when you have a fast break where guys want to join you. And Jimmy Butler, he's a member of the party.
Morant into the lane. Oh, there's Morant with the slam.
Wow. I'll tell you, such an advantage having a playmaker who can get up to the rim and finish.
Now that is what every team wants.
Like to see that assertiveness, especially from the guy who's going to orchestrate your offense.
Grizzlies lead by 3. Morant with it. 11 points in the game. Look at Morant working the paint. Nice.
Once Ja Morant gets rolling, there is no stopping him. Ja is feeling it tonight.
Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair. Ja Morant picks one up.
Heading play to stop that easy layup right there. I mean, make him earn it at the line.
Well, Brent, it's been a blessing to watch Stephen Curry in real time. But he's the kind of player, his highlights will stand the test of time for years.
The best shooter that's ever played the game. Yes, it's been a real treat, BA, to watch all of that happen. But I give credit to Steph. The early part of his career, shaky with the injuries, the confidence never wavered. And then all of a sudden, behind these magical hands, the game had changed.
Here's Butler, following the bucket by the Grizzlies. Here's Post. Oh, he gets it to go. So far, he can't miss. He's 4 for 4.
Credit their discipline. They've been working for high percentage shots.
Bane fires from way outside. They get it back. Edie. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
Oh my. What a display of effort.
That's his bread and butter, right? Chasing down the boards.
Stick with fundamentals there. Shot goes up, box out, or he'll destroy you.
Ja Morant, he's feeling it tonight. Okay, Allie, appreciate it. And folks, we'll be back after halftime to begin the third quarter. Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. Oh, a fantastic game from Ja Morant in this one.
Using all that momentum behind him to finish with power. Gotta love watching him dive toward the rim.
This is why the best athletes in the world play this game. If he finds a hole, he rips through and throws it down.
On the court for Memphis, Brandon Clark out there with Williams. Then it's Luke Kennard, and it's Huff in at the 5.
And he wastes no time coming out of the break.
They set a pick. Here's Kennard. Uneasy, too, on the layup. And as the perimeter game took over, it seemed that the dominant big man went away a bit. Instead, the bigs just got more skilled, Brent.
Well, BA, dominant big men are really hard to come by. So when you do get one, there tends to be a lean. But yes, it's been about the skill of the big over the past few years, along with the game transitioning to the three-point line and picking up the pace. There'll be another big man out there who changes the game back to the low block.
Here's Kennard. Pass to Huff. Lets it fly. The rebound by Payton.
He just couldn't finish the job that time. And too bad, because it was a nice look. Did you see that? I mean, going right to the rim, that's how you finish in the open floor.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
Kennard into the lane. Here's Huff. And the layup is good off the glass.
I just think that's trouble. You're gonna let that guy shoot layups. You're asking for it.
Outside Pajemski. Outside Kuminga. Kuminga soars in for the slam. Man, he makes it look easy.
I just love the aggressive finish.
I'm thinking he's sending a strong message with that jam. Now Kennard. And the foul called on Brandon Pajemski. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Now here's Kennard. Defense right on him. Shot clock at 5. Good work defensively by Jackson Davis. The Warriors trailing. One thing this Golden State team does very well is control the offensive glass, Brent.
Well, there's been a lot of talk analytically, BA, about how advantageous it is to come in and swoop through to grab offensive rebounds. Golden State has bought into that philosophy. They also have guys who take a lot of long shots, so that's long rebounds with a better chance of gaining an extra possession. So some smart analytical play here from Golden State in the past couple seasons.
Huff, the pass to Kennard. There's a screen. That one goes in. Kennard's gotten 4 this quarter.
And the team likes to use Kennard as a floor spacing kind of player, but he decides to do damage that time inside.
Healed for 3. They get it back. Here's Jackson Davis. And here's Kuminga for 3. Knocks it down from distance. Kuminga's got 5 now.
They've really picked up the energy level and have willed themselves back into this game.
Well, they didn't really have a choice at the position that they were. They had to fight hard. They've gotten that. They've outworked the other team. Just fighting tonight.
Outside Pajemski. Jackson Davis a screen. Pajemski into the lane. And that one drops. 6 points for him.
That's how you draw it up right there. A screen to shed the defense, a quick move to the bucket, and you get the lay-in.
Kennard, left side. Over to the left wing. Here's Huff. That's short off the rim.
Not a bad shot from the mid-range. The D's giving it to him, and he's usually got an eye in that kind of range.
Now here's Kuminga. Tight defense on him. And there's a whistle. That goes on Vince Williams. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Now here's Pajemski, defended by Kennard. Clock at 6. For the lead. Again, Golden State.
What a great option he gives them on every possession.
Now here's Kennard. He's covered closely. Can't connect from short range. 3 quarters of play and a close one here. The Warriors on top. They lead by a bucket. We've got more in store for you right after this. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. Couldn't place it any better.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle. You can do it with the pass. A prime example of that right there.
3 tense quarters behind us. 1 more to go. Thanks for being with us as we get ready for the 4th. They've got Stephen Curry, Jimmy Butler out there with Green. Then it's Moody, and it's Post in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's the group out there for Golden State. Moran against Curry. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for 1 more. And that one falls for Curry.
Yeah, so easy to root for Stephen Curry because of how much fun he seems to have on the floor. Embraces the competition, but is able to laugh it off when something doesn't go his way. A lot of things do, though.
And the 3-pointer goes.
That's exactly the kind of shooting you need down the stretch to win games.
And here's Curry for 3. Grizzlies with the rebound.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
Pass to Edie. From deep, Moran. And another three for Memphis.
Opting for the quick shot there. Morant trying to outpace the defense.
Here's Curry. Curry creates inside.
Zero rim protection. Unforgivable in a tight ball game like this.
Well, I hope there's one player on that team out there that has interest in winning this game. Right now, it doesn't look to be one.
From deep. Rebounded by Green. And it's Green with the ball for the Warriors. It's a one-point game.
Yes, sir. Oh, my.
Throw that one up top.
What a play.
Coming down the stretch. We'll see if someone can capture the lead and hold it.
And that's been an issue. 5 lead exchanges tonight.
Butler against Morant. Now here's Butler. Not a lot of room. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
That is a tough two right there from Butler. Really his calling card. Rugged play and 100% effort.
Get up there, young fella. Sometimes as a point guard, you got to take it yourself.
Well, it's okay to be selfish when you can flush it like that.
Well, if he's calling his own number, there's a reason for it. There you respect the decision-making from him out there.
And they pick up 2. Curry's got 7 points for the quarter.
He can score on you in bunch. Curry doing it all in this one.
Morant surveying the floor. On the wing, Bane. From deep three-point land. The Warriors pull it in. Butler on the wing. Defended by Jackson. Butler against Morant. Down low. Butler drops it in.
Man, no question. Jimmy Butler all the way.
Bane against Curry. Pass to Edey. Kicks it out to Bane. Now here's Morant. Outside Bane. Fires for 3. Oh, he drains it. His 6th make and 9 tries so far.
Oh, in pressure moments, he's a guy you trust to make big shots.
Morant against Curry. No good from outside. Memphis has gone 3 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the third quarter. To tie it up, and it's Morant off the drive. Pass to Edey. Down low. And now we have an intentional foul. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, bizarre play, B.A. Not sure what got into him.
Clark is checked in for Jackson. Here's Bane. Clark, the pass to Morant. Just 5 on the clock. Kicks it out to Bane. There's a screen. Driving inside. Cash. And he's tied it up. What a shot.
Now that's one to remember. What an impact on the game.
I'm wondering, is that the biggest shot of the game?
Up top, Curry. Clark covers. Pass to Green. Here's Post. Outside Curry. From behind the arc. Oh, nails the triple.
You know he's going to have the ball, and then you feel he's going to come through. He did it there.
Bane fires from way outside. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. And they foul intentionally. Now they're going to have to do that again. They're not in the penalty just yet.
Yeah, just a must-foul situation to stop the clock.
And now they decide to foul intentionally. He hits the first one, and that gives him a 4-point cushion. So he gets them both, and it's a 5-point game.
taking care of business at the line, leaving this one out of reach.
Timeout call, Memphis. There's 14 seconds left in the fourth. From a coaching perspective, what are the keys to focus on here?
Score quick, then foul. Then you have to hope for some missed free throws.
Yeah, this won't be easy, so a little bit of luck will go a long way for them to get back in.
From deep, Bane. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot two.
Taking 2 shots.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to go. And he ends up making the second. And that shrinks the margin to just 4. And so the big win by Golden State in a tight game. Allie, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. For Allie LaForce, Grant.
thing you gotta love watching is great ball movement.
Which is something both of these teams take pride in. It's always fun to watch guys be unselfish with the ball and look to make each other better.
Now let's take a look at the Nuggets opening lineup. Before in the 5, it's Gordon and Jokic. Jamal Murray is out there at Porter. And it's Watson in at the small forward. And so the Denver Nuggets get the first points in the ballgame. Butler up top, guarded by Porter. And it's Butler with the jam.
Butler knows what he can do inside. That time, erupting for a throwdown.
Murray looking around. The kick out to Porter. Shot clock at 6. Driving inside. Green with the block.
No matter what night it is, Green seeks to intimidate and more often than not succeed.
And hitting the mid-range jumper here early gives the defense just another thing to think about.
Well, they better be thinking about him. I mean, we know how dangerous he is.
For Denver, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Clark, what we appreciate, for some players, success can change them, but not for Jokic. He seems like the same guy.
He certainly does, boy, and he is special. He is so much fun to watch. Seems to be even-keeled and down to earth, but his game is heaven sent for sure.
Now Murray, after the missed 3 from Stephen Curry. Murray down low. There's Gordon with the 3.
Man, I love the defensive Butler. Always going to give you his best effort at that end of the floor. He uses his length, his size, his strength, and his speed to bother shooters.
And they'll get another chance. Here's Murray outside Gordon. And stolen by Butler.
Great reflexes to get a hand on that pass and go the other way with it.
This one for 3. And there's Stephen Curry on the assist by Butler.
Curry is just lethal from outside.
Denver's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Pass to Watson. Jokic with this screen on Curry. Here's Jokic. Now here's Gordon. Just 5 on the clock. And they double up Gordon. The Nuggets need to get a shot off here. Hits it from 3-point range. Porter's got 5 now.
Well, the mechanics of Porter Jr.'s shot are just so efficient. Almost automatic. Gets the ball and puts it right up into the shooting pocket.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, last season, Draymond Green got his 3-pointer going again. He said, over the years, my shot took a dive. It was in large part because I couldn't get in and out of my hips. They were messed up. It was getting my movement patterns right. Kevin, my hips haven't been the same in years, but Draymond's are good. Now they've made him tough to deal with. Back to you.
Your hips are pretty good, David. I've always said your hip. Floor spacing, always critical. Good point, D.A. Clark, it has been quite a run for the Nuggets, hasn't it, who have made the playoffs every season since 2019.
And how about this, Kevin? They've only been lower than a 3 seed one time in that span. And that was because Murray missed the season due to injury. They are consistently tough.
Murray against Butler. Murray outside. Bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
He's got a well-rounded game. Murray can score from just about anywhere. And the more points he gets inside, the more space he gets outside.
Green with a screen for Butler. Traps in the tray. He has 5.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Watson's shot is good.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Porter against Butler. And Curry has it in the corner. Jacks up a 3. Another 3 for Golden State.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now here's Porter. He has 5. 7-second difference, shot in game clock. Offensive rebound to the left wing. Jokic with his screen on Curry. To the wing on the left. Launches it. And Jokic with the three.
It's important that you have big men who can shoot in this day and age, and this guy can really stretch the floor.
They kick it out to Green. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. Offense, the order of the day as the first quarter comes. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for Denver.
Straight away, they've opened things up offensively with skillful passing, running smart plays, and just setting guys up for success.
You know, something else that's working for them is the three-point shooting. I mean, they've done some damage early on from behind the arc.
Moses Moody is out there with Curry. Then it's Butler. And it's Green. And it's Post in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group for the Golden State Warriors to start the second quarter. And it's Porter with the ball for Denver. Jokic sets the screen for Porter. And finished off by Porter.
Well, when you've got Porter's length, this is what you can do. It makes it easy to get to the rim for the throwdown.
And many around the league believe Curry doesn't get enough fouls called in his favor. GA, what do you think?
There could be some truth to that. He gets held and grabbed more than anyone when running off screens, but especially blatant on drives to the rim.
Now, here's Jokic. Jimmy Butler unable to get his last shot to go. Gordon makes it off the glass. Gordon's got the lead up to 6 now for the Nuggets.
It's never easy in the NBA, folks. I mean, great job by Gordon to just dismiss the contact and still score.
Butler attacking. Oh, and the jam by Butler.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, GA, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up. Whatever the defense gives, that's what he takes. A sign of a skilled offensive player.
Butler takes it in. An easy 2 points on the layup. Butler's got 9.
Driving in, Butler makes excellent use of his speed there, catching the defense off guard.
Jokic sets the screen for Porter. Out to the right wing. And Jokic with the basket on the assist by Porter. Jokic has got the lead back up to 6 now for the Nuggets. Now, here's Moody. He's covered by Murray. And a miss there on the triple. Nuggets have gone a perfect 4 of 4 since the second quarter began. Perfect from the field. Porter passes to Watson. Gordon with a screen on Curry. Here's Watson. Lost contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
The Nuggets shooting their first free throw this game. You know, a trend that's been unmistakable, Greg, over the last few decades has been...
Right? So many players now with diversity in their skill set, and there's no need to commit a player to a certain role just based on their size.
4 on the clock. Murray for 3. Warriors with the rebound. And it's the Warriors on the break. Butler gets to Green. His three-pointers off the mark. Denver leading by 8. For 3, Murray. Good on the triple. 10 points for him.
Murray plays with such a nice rhythm, especially on offense. And he's got a really good feel and understanding of when to shoot the pull-up.
Now here's Curry. He's got 8. And Peyton Watson gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. To halt the run, and Green with the lay-in.
And Draymond is smart at knowing when to shoot the ball, especially when he's got strong position inside.
Here's Porter. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. Porter's got 11.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
Now here's Curry. Can't hit that one.
Well, you've got to be there defensively. I mean, that's an easy mid-range jumper that he'll typically drain.
Watson with it. Curry meets him. Now Watson. Here he goes. Lays it up and banks it in. Watson's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Just playing with poise and confidence, and they continue to put points on the board.
Well, I like the way they're playing. A very smart first half. Quality shots, not wasting possessions.
Butler. Oh, tough play by Butler.
Easy to see why Butler gets so much respect for his competitiveness. I mean, he thrives at finishing through contact.
Here is Porter. He's got 11. To the right side. Now here's Watson. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's the Denver Nuggets. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge. Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
And get ready for the fans. Half-court shot. Drum roll, please. They're thinking about the shot.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Really an incredible game from Michael Porter.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up, be physical with him.
So on the floor for Denver, we've got Russell Westbrook. It's Najee in at the 5. Break since reaching 5 consecutive NBA Finals. The Warriors have missed the playoffs 3 of the past 5 years.
And to be fair, they did go 46-36 last season. They were 10 games over 500 last year. So they weren't a bad team, but Golden State doesn't just expect to be in the play-in. They want to be a contender.
And, you know, that time Westbrook showing you just how effective he is on both ends. I love his hustle and energy and relentlessness on the court.
Pass to Kuminga. Baden outside. Golden State moving the ball around. Pulls up. A shot by Pajemski, no good. Denver leading by 13. Here's Brown. Out to Saric. The tray. It's hauled in by Jackson Davis. Golden State's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Denver's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. A nice shot by Brown.
I tell you what, he came out of that locker room raring to go.
Yeah, really good sign for them offensively. They should keep getting him touches. Make sure he gets shots here.
Outside, Kuminga. To stop the run. And Kuminga throws it down.
Nice timing on these jumps. He's somewhat on the small side for a power forward, but he just never gives up.
Out to Saric. This one for 3. No good. Shot missing.
And, you know, the defense to me looked like they were okay to let him prove he could make that shot.
Pass to Pajemski. Tries again. Jackson Davis can't get it to go. Here's Brown. Covered by Heel. Screen by Saric. And there's the drive. They get it back. Here's Brown. Second chance shot. And that one drops for him. Westbrook's got 4 points this quarter.
How smooth was that move by Westbrook there? You can't close the distance, so he just ends up shooting that nice little soft floater.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Kevin, thanks. A move that likely helped the league's parity has been shortening max contract limits. Commissioner Silver says we used to refer to it as dead money, a star player toward those end years sitting on the bench. We've reduced max contracts to 5 years, and in some cases 6. This way, it moves to more pay for performance. Kevin?
I think, DA, that's a pretty good business decision. It's going to have nice ramifications. On the wing, Peyton. Still scoreless. 6 on the shot clock. Kuminga kicks to Peyton. Three-pointer. It's tipped. And here we go with Westbrook heading to the hoop. And the dunk by Westbrook.
That is really where Russell Westbrook excels. In transition with that great speed of his.
Healed outside. Taken away. Here's Brown. Covered by Peyton. And it's Gary Payton II with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. First team foul.
To the paint. Here's Brown. Defended by Peyton. 6 to shoot. Here's Najee. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. There's 42 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Peyton inside. He's covered by Westbrook. And Jackson Davis gets it to go.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
Westbrook dishes to Sharch. Sharch with the screen for Westbrook. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Well, he is so tough to guard without fouling because he's aggressively attacking you at all times. And one of the great things about Westbrook, he's high motor all day, every day.
Warriors trail by 18. Podziemski with it. Healed with a screen on Westbrook. Podziemski got a hand on it. And here's Westbrook. And so it's the Denver Nuggets with an 18-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Hey, that was a high-level pass no matter what position it came from. But it does make it stand out a little more when it's made by the big fella.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. We've got Butler. Moody is out there with Curry. And it's Green. And it's Post in at the center position. So that's the group out there for Golden State. Butler against Porter. Now here's Butler. Defense right on him. And it's in. Basket number 6 for him thus far. He has only missed 2 shots from the floor. And it's Porter with the ball for Denver. Pass to Watson. Going inside. Yep, that one goes. And the Nuggets lead by 20. The Warriors shooting with confidence, 50% from the field so far. Here's Curry. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
Hey, inside Curry has all the tricks. Floaters, scoop shots, fallaways, left hand, right hand. However he has to do it, he will.
In the corner, it's Gordon. It's stolen by Green. Three-pointer, Butler. Denver grabs the miss. Jokic has got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. And here we go with Curry running it up the court from past the arc. The offensive rebound. Butler kicks to Curry. The third shot of the possession finally falls for him.
Yeah, he's been hooping, but the rest of the team, not so much.
Watson the screen. Here's Porter. It falls for his 7th bucket of the contest. He's 7 for 9.
And we are seeing the makings
of a masterpiece here, guys, from Porter. A threat to score from anywhere within the half court.
Curry wide open. Good on the three-point shot.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
Here's Porter. Lays it up off the glass. Porter's got 6 here in this quarter.
Sweet move by Porter Jr. Getting around the contact and finding the hoop.
Here's Curry. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Nuggets.
I think they put an emphasis on attacking the basket, and watching this, you can see why. They have just carved the defense up here with relative ease.
They've been pounding any miss on the glass and cashing in on the offensive boards. I've been impressed with that aspect of their game.
Jokic with this screen on Curry. Watson's shot is off. Warriors trail by 15. Now Butler. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on Jokic. When it comes to players who like having fun, great Jimmy Butler has to be way up there.
Kevin, did you see his media picture for the 23-24 season? He looked like he belonged in an emo band with that hairstyle. Jimmy is definitely one of those guys that likes to troll and have fun.
Porter looking it over. Outside Gordon. Just 5 to shoot. Watson for 3. Jimmy Butler comes up with the rebound. Golden State running out of time. And though the Nuggets have some excellent outside shooters, Clark, they've been more prolific inside the arc the last couple years.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, they were an extreme example of that, Kevin. First in the league in 2-point attempts, and then dead last, almost dead last, in 3-point attempts. Not what most people would think when looking at the Nuggets.
Murray finds Watson. Gordon with a screen on Curry. Here is Watson. Launches it. The Nuggets with another miss.
And there's no doubt about this one. Playing with a lot of confidence tonight. It's a statement victory for the Nuggets.
This was a physical game.
Yeah, I mean, they were aware of the rotations defensively and were able to attack the rim.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Michael Porter.
Tell you what, this guy worked his behind off on both ends of the floor. He was really an intimidating presence out there.
Not sure the miracle, Greg, is on hand here tonight for them.
Well, they need one, but gonna play it until the final whistle.
Butler. And again, it's the Warriors missing. Denver with the ball. Here's Porter. There's the drive. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Green. And a wide open look for Porter. That's good, and the assist goes to Watson. And the Nuggets lead by 15. And so it's Denver taking care of business in this one. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team. Thank you, David. And that'll do it, folks. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Oak, this is Kevin.
What a great... A look at the starting group here for Denver. Gordon and Jokic together in the middle. Michael Porter out there with Jamal Murray. And it's Watson in at the 3. And for Memphis, manning the backcourt, we'll see Morant and Bane. Jackson out there with Brandon Clark. And it's Edey in at the center position. And both backcourts in this one stand cream of the crop.
Well, a lot of people would say that this is a guard-oriented league. I think it's a league of all the positions, but tonight, certainly, whoever can win that guard battle will probably go home with the W.
Certainly the headliner tonight. Murray against Morant. Jokic with a screen on Morant. Pass to Jokic. Takes the 3. It's good. And the assist goes to Murray.
Zero hesitation from Jokic. Just so confident in his skills.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, the Grizzlies head coach had a few moments to share with me, and I asked him about their matchup against the multiple-time MVP Nikola Jokic. He told me, quote, Jokic is going to find a way to impact the game. We just need to make it tough on him. We have to bring the physicality and be cognizant of other guys cutting to the rim. We'll see how their defense holds up, B.A.
Great work, Allie. Thanks. You know, Coach, when you watch Ja Morant play, it's hard to think of anyone else as explosive as he is.
Yeah, Brian, he can make a defender look like he's standing still. The burst that Morant has with his first step is unrivaled. Probably the best burst in the entire league.
Truly is a human highlight reel in this modern day.
Oh, the vertical of Morant is simply incredible. I mean, he's fantastic at using it to his advantage on the inside.
Now here's Murray. To the paint. And Gordon with the big finish.
Yeah, his athleticism more than makes up for his lack of size. Allows him to compete even against bigger guys.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw. Coach, it's interesting to watch the career path of Aaron Gordon. He's gone from one role in his previous stop, then he arrives to the Nuggets in a completely different role there.
Yeah, Brian, he's become more of a third or fourth guy, and he's embraced the change. Everybody wants to be that number 1 or number 2 guy, but you've got to play a role to be a winner in this league.
And it's resulted in championships.
It sure has.
The drive by Murray, and down it goes. 2 points.
Skilled finish by Murray. He can score inside and outside, really anywhere on the court.
Outside Morant. And then Morant with the dunk.
I'll tell you, those finishes are always extra special when they come from your point guard.
Oh, forget about his passing. Can we see more dunking?
Wow, that is an impressive vertical for a point guard. My goodness.
Murray's shot is good.
And defensively, you have to make him work harder than this, or it's going to be a long night.
Now here's Morant, defended by Watson. Nice move. Oh, there's Morant with the slam.
Hey, when in doubt, run the defender off the screen.
And you know, with a result like that, we'll see them run it again.
Yeah, defensive breakdown there. Gotta communicate and switch that screen.
And there's 1:45 left to play in the first quarter. Outside Murray. And Morant clears the board. The Grizzlies have gone 5 of 6. They're rolling. 5 on the clock. Oh, there's Morant with the slam.
I mean, just an agile move by Morant down low, working around the contact and getting it to go.
Grant, the Denver Nuggets have been on quite the run here in this window of time.
Yeah, B.A., it's all working for Denver in recent years. This is a well-constructed team that they play as a unit, and it makes it so difficult to try to get the best of them. And that's what they want to do, get him open looks early.
There's 48 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. And then Morant with the dunk.
And the bounce that Morant possesses is unlike anyone else at his position.
Jokic with a screen on Morant. Pass to Jokic. Jokic with a screen on Payne. Ooh, and they immediately answer back with a dunk on the other end. Well, plenty of give and take so far.
There's 6 lead changes already. Both teams came to play.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Releases. Here's Edey. And here's Morant outside. And he sinks it again. 7 of 7 from the field now.
Yeah, Morant showing a bit of confidence knocking down that 3.
Murray deciding where to go with it. No, stopping him there. Jams it in, and he's fouled. An opportunity at a three-point play. Ja Morant picks one up, and he's got his first opportunity at the line here tonight. Porter with the steal from deep three-point range. And a good game so far as we conclude the first quarter. Nuggets ahead, up by 1. Don't go away. We'll be back with the... And getting it going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. All right, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Nuggets.
Well, I have to applaud their ball movement. They're moving the ball around, finding the best looks they can, and keeping everyone involved.
And another thing, they've been on the attack tonight, going right at defenders with the ball in their hands early.
Manning the backcourt, we'll see Morant and Payne. Edey out there with Jackson, and it's Clark in at the 3 spot. That's the group for Memphis to kick off the second quarter. And here's Morant outside. And that one's off. His first miss of the game, shooting 7 for 8 now. Here's Gordon. Out of bounds. It'll be Memphis's ball. Grizzlies trail by 3. Morant looking around. Pass to Jackson. Up and over Gordon. That's good from Jackson on the assist by Morant. Jackson's got his first basket of the night. And one thing that Morant has always been a lead at, finding a seam in a defense and getting to the rim, Grant.
Yeah, any crack allows him to get inside. And as good as anyone at split.
Oh, he packs it down.
That is incredible.
Whoa, Aaron Gordon looking like he's in a slam dunk contest right there.
Here's Morant. Boom! Ja Morant!
Making sure of it with the two-hand slam, B.A.
Yeah, I don't blame him. With the score this tight, you cannot take a chance here. Watson nails it from 3. Watson's got his second bucket of the night.
With all the attention that Murray gets, smart by Jamal to dish it on that play.
Payne finds Morant. Yes! A Morant 3!
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Here's Jokic. Oh, and the jam by Jokic.
And dunking it with authority inside. This is why Jokic guys look to feed him down there.
With the crossover. It's deflected. On the break. Porter, the pass to Gordon. Over to the wing. Payne against Porter. Just 5 to shoot. Driving to the basket. Memphis with a rebound. Here's Bain. Still without a bucket. To the middle. Here's Edie. Pass to Clark. Moran against Murray. Moran with the slam!
Oh, putting on a show for the fans. Morant's skills making it look like a circus in here.
And Jamal Murray picks up the foul. That's his first foul. And we all know about Stan the analyst and Stan the coach. But when you played in college, what was your game like, Stan?
Hey, Brian, I had the game that would get you beat as a coach. I will say my greatest strength was this. I was never once accused of overpassing.
The black hole. That is Stan Van Gundy.
They keep capturing the lead, then giving it back. We'll see if they can hold on to it this time.
Well, this is why the fans are here. Each team trading blows, increasing the entertainment value.
Jokic the screen. Uncovered. And here's Porter outside. That one is off.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Jackson finds Clark. With the drive. And it's good. 2 points. Now it's a 3-point Grizzly lead.
Able to get a layup out of that one. That's just soft defense there.
Jokic with a screen on Morant. Here's Murray. Chalk up 2 there. Murray's got 9 points.
Well, he can beat you in a lot of ways. Very challenging to defend.
Outside Morant. Pass to Edie. Jackson the screen. Here's Morant. And it's Denver with a rebound. 7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And the call will be against Jaren Jackson. That's his first foul of the game. Moran against Murray. Back to Jokic. Oh, he's a monster. Jokic just flexing out here.
It's almost too easy for Jokic inside. His size and soft touch make short work of the shot.
Outside Moran. Jackson outside. Pass to Bain. Jackson with a screen on Murray. Bain fires from way outside. And that's not going to go. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. The Nuggets on top, up by 1. And we'll be right back after halftime to get the third quarter underway.
Please, guys, this is the court. And get ready for the third half.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Oh, a fantastic game from Ja Morant in this one.
He's been excellent at cutting through the defense and giving them fits around the basket.
Well, I just love his fearlessness so far. He's charging inside like no one can stop him.
On the court for the Nuggets, we've got Zeke Naji, Russell Westbrook out there with Christian Brown. Then there's Dario Saric, and it's Strother in at the 3, the small forward. And that one's good. Bagley.
In a tight game, they wanted to make sure of that possession.
And here's Westbrook. He'll bring it up for the Denver Nuggets. It's a 1-point game. And one thing you can say about the Memphis Grizzlies, they are disruptive defensively, Stan.
Yeah, Brian. They've been in the top 5 in the league in steals, blocks, turnovers forced over the last few years. And let's face it, they're aggressive offensively as well. This team attacks at both ends of the court.
Left side Williams. Pass to Huff. 6 on the shot clock. It's stolen by Saric. Here's Brown. No points so far. No problems knocking that one down. And now a 7-point Denver lead.
And he wastes no time coming out of the break.
There's a screen. Here's Huff. first minute and a half of basketball played here in the third quarter. Williams from long range. Pure from three-point range. Williams has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three. To the inside. Saric outside. From deep. And again, Denver with a three.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Outside, Williams. Outside Bagley. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Memphis needs to get off a shot. Hey, from beyond the arc. Williams misses. The Nuggets lead by 7. Pass to Strother. The three. And it's Bagley with the rebound. Memphis has gone 3 of 6 from deep so far. Here's Wells. Denver grabs the miss. Out left to the wing. Here's Najee. And there are the Nuggets with another bucket.
It's those kind of passes that bring up the entire team's confidence.
Bagley sets a screen. And that one is stuffed right through.
A dynamic finish, then decides to hang out a little for good measure.
Yep, that's the exclamation point right there. Here's Najee. Kennard with the rebound. Grizzlies trail by 7. Bagley, a screen on Westbrook. Down low. Oh, the big finish by Bagley.
With the explosive leaping ability, he's able to play center despite being undersized.
Saric, a screen. Westbrook with it. Checked by Bagley. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Westbrook.
And the misconnection there. Fans guarding their beverages. That's a pass he'd like back for sure.
For Memphis, they've gotten 4 of 7 shots to drop in the third. Williams. And Williams punches it home.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
And guys, you cannot allow that in a close game. You have to make it harder than that.
Pass to Strother. Najee sets a screen. Here's Strother. He's scoreless. The Nuggets with another miss.
Finding space on the perimeter, but he couldn't capitalize.
Kennard passes to Huff. Rebounded by Denver. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Here's the three. They grab their own miss. Pass to Brown. Let's go with a three. And it's Bagley with the rebound. Grizzlies trail by 3. And the Grizzlies pushing it up now. Williams up top. He's got 5. Oh, the big finish by Bagley.
Putting that pass right in his stride. Didn't have to slow up and was able to complete the play.
Pass to Najee. Oh, and he hits it at the buzzer.
And credit him for understanding the situation and coming through.
That concludes the third quarter. It continues to be an exciting neck-and-neck game. The Nuggets on top, leading by 3. And we'll return shortly. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist to the game.
He's always near the top of the list for this honor. I mean, passes like these are his specialty.
Well, he's a consummate floor general, surveying the defense and delivering the pass on time and on target.
Well, this has been a great contest so far. I imagine the fourth quarter could have more action in store for us. Manning the backcourt, we'll see Moran and Payne. Brandon Clark out there with Jaren Jackson. And it's Edey in at the center spot. That's the lineup out there for the Grizzlies. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Nuggets.
Well, they've been absolutely on fire from deep. And until the defense offers more resistance, the coaches are going to keep encouraging them to let it fly.
Well, in addition, I love their passing. I mean, they're buying into that team concept. That's hard to get out of your young guys.
Pass to Edie. And he makes it on the layup.
Well, he knew he had the size advantage to dominate the defense there. Go right at him.
Takes a step back to the paint. Here's Porter, and then Porter with the dunk.
Being Porter Jr. is 6'10", you have to know where he is at all times, especially when he's lurking inside.
Oh, there's Morant with the slam.
And you have to love it. The floor general taking things into his own hands.
Just the aggression they're looking for, man.
Well, it's always a big plus when you have a point guard that can attack the rim like that. Puts so much pressure on the defense.
Murray against Morant. The Nuggets need to get one up. And here's Jokic outside. Yes, and it's Murray picking up the assist. Murray's got 8 assists here tonight. And it's Ja Morant with the foul. That'll get him his 4th foul of the game.
I love great defense. Just quick to establish his feet, and he takes the hit.
And so Murray will bring it up for the Nuggets. Leading by 5. Pass to Jokic. Throw it down, Nikola.
The combo guard, Murray, capable of hurting you with his scoring as well as with his passing.
From deep, Payne. Gordon with a steal. He got it. No doubt that's a foul. And it's going to be a transition take foul. The free throw drops from Murray. Jokic with a screen on Morant. And it's Murray finishing it off.
They're simply not missing. Unreal.
Well, as a coach, this is when you enjoy what you're watching. Your team playing well and everything just flowing.
This one for 3. The rebound by Edie. Grizzlies trail by 10. With the step back, here's Payne. Oh, and there's a one-hand jam.
He makes the D look silly. What an incredible move.
Man, how about that finish right there? Not too bad. Pass to Jokic. Back to Murray. Six to shoot. Jokic with a screen on Morant. Murray's shot is good. And the Nuggets lead by 10.
I call Jamal Murray a scoring guard. He's on this team to provide points, and he's certainly doing that tonight.
A look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone by in the 4th. Right wing. Here's Jokic. And Jokic throws it down.
My goodness, that is how you attack a bigger defender.
The Grizzlies have gotten 4 of 5 attempts to fall so far in the 4th. Jackson can't get it to go. And it's the Nuggets ball. They're on a 17-6 run. Morant against Murray. Tipped away. And stolen by Morant.
Barring a miracle comeback, this one is wrapped up. They were able to control the tempo and flow of the game, and it will end in a victory for the Nuggets.
Seemed like the sheer volume of three-pointers today was the deciding factor.
And they'd hit one and then just dial it up again. And it worked.
And even the opposing fans can't deny this was a sensational game for Jamal Murray.
Well, just a fantastic job of distributing the ball. When you're able to see the floor like that and take advantage of what the defense gives you, it's huge.
Murray up top. Shot clock at 6. Lets it go from deep. That shot, no good.
At this point, it just feels like it's over.
Yeah, time is not on their side. The score is not on their side. Nothing you can do.
And then Morant with the dunk. We've got 13 seconds left in the 4th quarter of this one. Pass to Watson. Out of bounds. It'll be Memphis's ball.
Well, that's an unforced error. If you want to drive your coach crazy, that's the way to do it.
So it's Denver picking up the win. Just a gutsy performance on the road.
It really was. When this...
All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thanks for that. And that'll do it, folks. Alongside Stan Van...
Greg, leading up to this one has been about the impact of the backcourt.
And that's where it all starts. When you have a confident and competent backcourt, it just opens up a lot of things for you offensively.
Now Golden State's starting five. Draymond Green is out there with Jimmy Butler. Then there's Moses Moody. Then it's Curry. And it's Post in at the 5. Curry with a wide open look from outside off the mark. Fast break, here we go. Morant with a wide open look. Misses the 3. Green passes to Moody. 3-pointer, Butler. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And this is why Butler is so dangerous. He's not afraid to take any shot if he likes the angle.
Morant with it. Butler covering. Clark. Out to Morant. Outside Jackson. Clock at 6. Green with the rebound. Golden State's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Richard, when it comes to Draymond Green, we know about his defense. But what does he give you offensively?
I think it starts with his passing. Not many big men can do what he does the way he does it. And especially effective when he's hitting the 3-ball, stretching the floor, allowing for more space for his shooters.
And that one's good. Morant.
The competitive fire of Morant matching the 3 on the other end.
It's Curry with the drive. Here's Post. Outside for Curry. Goes back up. And the layup is good. Curry's got his second basket of the night.
Sometimes there's just no stopping Curry. He's just too skilled.
Butler against Morant. Puts up a 3. Here's Edey, and he bangs it home with one hand.
And when he's on the floor, offensive rebounding is always going to be a strength for them.
Greg, he keeps so many possessions alive, doesn't he?
Yeah, you can feel Coach smiling on the sidelines with every offensive board.
And then Clark slams it in.
This is the mindset Clark has. He's opportunistic and really has an awareness of when to attack in transition.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. I was able to talk with the head coach of the Grizzlies for just a minute. We talked about the respect he has for Jimmy Butler and everything that Jimmy Buckets brings to the table. He told me Butler's special. He impacts the game with the ball, without the ball, and with his defense. But he said as much of a challenge as Butler presents, be ready. Guys?
All right, thank you, David. And here's Morant after the three-pointer from Stephen Curry. Morant against Butler. The three. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. It's an odd stat, but what I'm going to throw out there anyway, the Memphis Grizzlies set an NBA record last season for players used in a season.
Kevin, this isn't football, right? They had 33 different guys suited up last season. That tells you how difficult it was. Constant change, hard to build chemistry. And let's face it, hard to win games.
And here is Curry following the three from Jaren Jackson. Back to Curry. Here's the screen. Over to the wing. Takes a three. And the rebound by Jaren Jackson. Fast break Memphis. Pass to Edey. Beyond the arc. Offensive rebound. Here's the three. Does not find the basket. His second miss. He's now 1 for 3. Green kicks to Butler. "36 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Post. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Second chance points always hurt. Just not enough effort to block out.
Yeah, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say they need to emphasize rebounding going forward.
Now, here's Bane. There's 14 seconds left in the first. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Up top, Curry. And that one drops. Curry's got 10 points in the game.
I know what they say, defense wins championships, but you need some bucket getters too now.
A nice first quarter of play. We've seen plenty of offense so far. The Warriors on top, up 2. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And the Warriors, guys, what jumps out to you in this game, stats-wise?
Yeah, in that first period, they look to push in transition at every opportunity.
It leads to some easy buckets, and I think it's given them control of the pace in this one.
Morant is the point with Bane out on the wing. Jaren Jackson is out there with Clark, and it's Edey in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. Here's Curry. Wow, magical moves inside from Steph Curry.
On the offensive end, Curry both prolific and efficient.
The greatest shooter ever, Steph Curry. You played with him. What was it like seeing him day in and day out?
I had the pleasure of playing with Steph the first year he broke the NBA record for threes in a season. And when I tell you he was just scratching the surface, he was always looking to push the boundaries, to see what he can do, and to work at every aspect of his shooting.
Outside Butler. Great D that time from Bane. The Grizzlies trail by 4. Butler with the steal. Pass to Post. And that one is stuffed right through.
There is the all-around game of Butler. A nice assist to cash in on that possession.
Payne for 3. The Warriors pull it in.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the three.
Green, no luck. Memphis has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Bane looking around. Jackson setting the pick here for Bane. Drills the three-pointer. Bane's got 5 points so far.
When he gets a quality look like this at the perimeter, he can almost be automatic.
To the wing right side. And Post gets it to go. Post has got the lead back up to 6 now for the Warriors. Here's Morant. And Morant throws it down.
And when Morant takes off towards the basket, look, you're already done. You've already lost because that's how he makes his living.
Green with a screen for Curry. From downtown. And Bane pulls it down.
And even without that three-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Now here's Morant for 3. Jimmy Butler with the rebound. Warriors leading by 4. Richard, we know that not many teams have had steady core players like the Warriors have had over the past decade.
Well, there's so much player movement these days, and it's hard to keep any roster intact, let alone a superstar team like Golden State. The team-first mindset of Jackson, willing to get the ball to his open guys.
Here's Curry, and it's good off the back rim and in. 14 points for him.
If you're waiting for him to miss when he's that open, you're going to be in for a long wait.
Pass to Edey. Back to Morant. A three-pointer is right on target.
Consistency from deep is going to be the biggest determining factor in Morant's ceiling. If he gets that, I think we're going to see some MVPs in his future.
Here's Curry. Here's Moody. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
The Warriors shooting their first free throw attempt on the night. The Grizzlies trail by 4. 1:11 left to play here in the second quarter. Bane, no good. And so it's Butler with it. He'll bring it up for the Warriors. Outside, Green. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Butler's got 3 assists in the game.
Yeah, Green knows he has to act fast, so he wastes no time finding the shot.
Morant kicks to Jackson. 41 seconds left to play here in the half. That one doesn't go. Great D that time from Green. Warriors leading by 7. Poked away. And it's Memphis on the break. Here's Clark. And it's Clark slamming it down.
Quick off the floor and powerful. Clark loves to attack that rim.
Butler against Bane. Great D that time from Bane. Clark outside. Pass to Jackson. Back to Clark. It could go. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Warriors lead by 5. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge. All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter. And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Curry has been sensational.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. absolute dynamite on offense.
If they don't change their approach in the second half, let's just say his success will continue.
So with Curry sitting on the bench, here's the group that Steve Kerr has on the floor. We've got Jonathan Kuminga, Podziemski out there with Peyton. Then it's Trace Jackson Davis. And it's Hield in at the 3, the small forward. It's hauled in by Huff. The Grizzlies trail by 5. And Brandon Podziemski gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Greg, you look at today's point guards, so many different types that can be effective.
And there's a lot more freedom for point guards to kind of explore the parameters of their game. Sometimes it's steadying an offense. Other times it's to ignite it.
Here's Podziemski. Kennard covering. Now Podziemski. Shot clock at 6. Here's Jackson Davis. And another shot. Grizzlies with the rebound. Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. Williams, and it's all evened up. Williams has got his first bucket in this one.
So impressive, the fortitude, the will to battle back, but it did take a lot of energy to get here.
And as tired as they might be after fighting to tie it up, they have all the momentum now to finish this comeback.
And now in transition, here's Williams. Here we go. Just over a minute and a half played here in the third. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. Golden State's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight. 5 of 12. Well, over the years, the Warriors have had some historic tax bills.
Yeah, and for the most part, it's been well worth it because it's led to championships and they generate a ton of income. But now, with this tax repeater penalties, you can see why they've tried to cut costs, and every team in the league has followed.
Here's Podziemski. Banked in off the glass.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. To the hoop.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long? Pass to Hield. Up top, Jackson Davis. Now Podziemski. Lets it go from deep. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Podziemski's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
And Kennard wide open. He shoots. Tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark. The Warriors lead it. Peyton dishes to Kuminga. And there's a minute 45 left in the third. Second shot opportunity. Here's Jackson Davis. And out of bounds as Memphis gains possession. Memphis has gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Here's Kennard. And the layup's good off the glass. Kennard's got the game tied up here for the Grizzlies. Golden State's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Up top, Pajemski. Kennard covering. Payton against Williams. Kuminga, screen on Williams. 5 to shoot. Here's Payton. Hits the front of the rim and out. For Memphis, they've gone 5 of 7 from the field in the third quarter. Let's see if they can keep it up. Here's Jackson. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
Here's Pajemski. Count it. Pajemski's got 7.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded-out game.
Now, here's Kennard. He's defended by Pajemski. Here's Huff. Into the lane. The Warriors pull it in. Jackson Davis has got rebound number 7 for him tonight.
Wells. First personal foul. First team foul.
To the middle. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
And that's how you lead a team. Literally.
Here's Wells. And the dunk by Wells.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And you can feel the jolt of energy that he sent through his team. That is a huge boost in a tight game like this.
And we've reached the end of the third quarter. Just a terrific game so far. The Warriors on top, up by 3. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
It's just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery.
A lot of times a spectacular pass is more impressive than a spectacular shot. This is one of those times.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. Morant is the point with Bain out on the wing. Edey out there with Jaren Jackson. And it's Clark in at small forward. That's the lineup out there for the Grizzlies. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
They're moving the ball around so well, guys. Quick passes, letting the next guy do the work if you don't have a look.
And another thing they've been doing all game long is knocking down the 3. Shooting has been a big part of their game plan tonight.
What you appreciate most about Curry is his confidence, especially when it comes to how far he can connect from.
Butler against Bain. Here's Post. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Post has got the lead up to 7 now for the Warriors.
And when he rises up, he knows he's probably going to get a clean look. It's a matter of executing.
Yeah, the defender just lacks the reach to be able to contest him properly.
That should give him a nice little jolt.
Yeah, it has to. They need a jolt, GM.
And they need more where that came from. They're not out of this hole yet.
And the foul called on Brandon Clark. That will be foul number 5 on him.
14 foul.
Here's Moody. Cranes the three-pointer.
Nice timing on the pass from Green, finding the open guy with ease.
Bain against Curry. Count it, and the Warrior lead has been cut down to 5 points. That time the bucket coming from Bain.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Swiped it away. And now the Grizzlies. Fast break. Rebound by Butler. Butler's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Curry outside. He doesn't hit that one. The Grizzlies have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. And finished off by Morant.
He gets a lot of defensive attention, but Morant, he can expect this type of rough scene anytime he takes it inside.
Curry against Clark. Number 12 goes in. He's made 7 of 12 now.
It's been like this all night for both teams. The offenses having their way.
Yeah, but I think it's going to come down to who can get the stops down the stretch, because that's who's going to come away with this one. ICE, ice. He has absolute ice in his veins. This guy, he lives for these moments.
Mark against Curry. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Edey's got 4 rebounds in this game. Jackson finds Morant. To the inside. Edey, and he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Sharing the rock. Part of what makes John Morant such a fantastic player is his ability to pass.
Here's Post. Pass to Butler. Shoots from 12. Count the basket. And the Warriors lead by 2.
And Butler, no stranger to these pressure situations. A big-time gamer who knows how to take over on key possessions.
They set the screen. Here's Edey. Back to Bane. 6 to shoot. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Pass to Moody. Here's Post. Outside Curry. Second chance effort. Tries yet again. And oh, the block shot crabs it out of the air. Here's Morant. Yes!
You just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
He knew what they needed here and was determined to deliver.
Curry fires from way outside. Edey with the rebound. And a wide open look for Bane. Drains it from downtown.
And guys, we talk all the time about making the extra pass. Clark there proving how important that concept is.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game. Got it. And that shot brings them to within just 1.
When it is crunch time and you've got Stephen Wardell Curry, the game plan is simple. Get him the ball.
Bane against Curry. Outside for Jackson, and they commit an intentional foul. It's another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Yeah, no way that should have taken so long. They don't have that much time to waste. They need to foul immediately.
So the first one drops, and that will put them up by 2. Second one is good. Being both at the line, and it's a 3-point game.
Yeah, how about the nerds there? Those free throws put them in a very good position. 3 points clear.
And so Steve Kerr calls for the timeout. The magnitude at this juncture in the game clearly warranting a timeout. Any ideas on strategy being discussed right now in that huddle?
And if you can get a 3, shoot it. Otherwise, get the quick 2 and a foul.
Yeah, time is the enemy at this point, so I think I'd go for the tie and avoid playing the foul game.
So a close game sees Memphis take this one. What a show they put on here at home tonight.
I mean, these are...
All right, DA, thanks again. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.